Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be going over, firstly, why read thinkers who you disagree with and who have been disproven. And then also, I'll just go over recent books I have gotten. So let's begin. Recently, I bought Civilization is Discontent by Sigmund Freud. That name should ring a bell to people with any passing familiarity with psychology. And he's a weird thinker. His Oedipus theory, very weird. His stages of psychosexual development, very weird. He's a weird thinker, and he has mostly been disproven. He's still like the father of modern psychology, but he's a weird guy, and he's not really like, his ideas aren't really seen as true anymore. But so why read the thought? Why read the books he has written? And I would like to point two ideas for why. Firstly, the historical, and secondly, thought processes. Firstly, in regards to history, if you want to get a good understanding of the history of ideas, you want to see how they've developed and how we've moved past false ideas. So someone like Sigmund Freud, he's crucial in understanding all other psychology, because most psychology is probably in response to him, after him. So it is good to read that in order to get a good understanding of psychology in that whole field. Secondly, which is the more important one I would say, is get behind the thought process of these thinkers and take them for yourselves. Most of these thinkers are well-renowned because their ideas were novel and new. So if you want to create your own new novel ideas and have independent thought, apart from just taking ideas from other people, that's another reason why reading books are very important. When you actually read a book, not just read a ChatGPT summary, a YouTube video on it, or just some synopsis on it, you actually get the processes of the thinkers instead of just their ideas. And I'd say that is more important actually than just the ideas, because the ideas only have staying power because of what has gone into them prior. And we can see this in someone like Sigmund Freud. His ideas are discredited, but I will read it because I want to understand the thought process behind it. It's the same with many more ancient thinkers that had to deal with more scientific fields that have been now disproven. The thought process they put behind their ideas are still important because these people were, for the most part, geniuses. So if you want to get the thought process of geniuses, you should read old books by great thinkers and steal and take their thought processes and critique them yourself to make them your own. Now I'm going to go into the books I've recently gotten. Obviously, I got Civilization is Discontent by Sigmund Freud. It's about how civilization represses the individual in order for the individual to have security collectively. So that will be interesting to read. I got God Emperor of Dune, which is the fourth book of the Dune Dune series. And yeah, I really like Dune. I'm reading Children of Dune still, and it should be good. I like how it's more philosophical than like plot driven for the Dune books, so it's my style. I got The Enchiridion by St. Augustine. This is the seventh book by Augustine I've gotten, and it's essentially a catechism, an Augustinian catechism. It goes over his theodicy, his deprivation of evil theory, like evil is a deprivation of good, it's substantive in and of itself, and many other core Augustinian ideas, like some of his predestination stuff, and just, yeah, so I will make a YouTube video about this. And finally, the last book I got was On the Spirit and the Letter by St. Augustine. This is another one of his polemical works against the Pelagians, who obviously he had many disagreements and conflicts with, but eventually Augustine won. And recently, I read this book recently. It's very good. The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. It's a very famous book, and it's just so well written. I read it a week ago, and it's just so beautiful. You can finish it in a day. The way it's written is very eloquent. It's very poetic. The plot is very simple. It's about a guy who's the prophet, and he goes to the city, and within the city, he becomes not famous, but he becomes well-renowned with the people, and then he's leaving. And the day he leaves, he allows anyone to ask him a bunch of questions. So throughout the book, essentially each chapter is just a question by someone on a certain topic. So this one is called On Happiness, On Freedom. There's a bunch of different topics, and the way Khalil Gibran wrote about them was just very beautiful. He writes in a very eloquent manner, and the topics are like very important in the human condition. So if you want to read very poetic verse about human nature and just human experience and the conditioning of humanity, you should read it. And I've started Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. I'm 2 chapters in. I'm reading it for a school project, and so far I like it. You see many of the ideas he posited in this coming into reality now, like artificial insemination, that sort of thing. So yeah, those are the books I've recently got in, my thoughts on certain books. Like, subscribe, more content.